The COVID-19 vaccine has arrived, and some are applauding it, but some are not. Half of Americans say they don't want to get the vaccine, according to a December poll, although more recent polling shows more might be willing to get it now. But Republicans are nearly twice as likely as Democrats to not want the vaccine.
I think the vaccine is a great thing for people who are really scared about the virus, and if they want to take the vaccine because they feel like they're going to be safe from it, then by all means do it. But me personally, I'm okay.
I am not worried about the coronavirus. No. As a matter of fact, I'd rather get it over with, you know. I might have already had it already.
But what if you don't have a choice whether to get the vaccine or not? Could the government force you to get a COVID vaccine? That depends on your definition of force. In the landmark case Jacobson versus Massachusetts in 1905, the Supreme Court ruled that the city of Cambridge, Massachusetts could fine residents who refused to receive smallpox vaccinations. Dr. Bradley Jacob is a constitutional law expert at Regent University.
The court did not rule that the government can hold you down on a table and force a syringe into your arm even if you refuse. They simply said people who choose not to get the vaccine might have to pay a fine.
But businesses and schools can require vaccinations of employees, customers, and students.
There's a big difference between what the government can do and what a private business or private party can do. An employer can force you to vaccinate and say, if you want to come to our workplace, do this job, you have to get a vaccination. A public school can require the students to vaccinate. They already do require lots of vaccinations.
But some of America's largest businesses say they will only encourage employees to get vaccinated in order to respect personal beliefs and to avoid medical liability if an employee is injured by the vaccine. But it's looking more and more likely that if you want to travel, especially internationally, you will have to get the vaccine.
We are looking at changing our terms and conditions to say for international travelers that we will ask people to have a vaccination before they can get on the aircraft.
The airlines are testing an app called Common Pass, which would show whether a traveler has been vaccinated. It was developed by the World Economic Forum, the same people who are pushing the Great Reset. If you don't need the vaccine to work or to travel and you're considered low risk, some are asking if it's wise to take a new vaccine for an illness with about a 99% survival rate for most people, according to CDC statistics. Silicon Valley technologist Enon Weiss has become a leading authority on COVID-19 and says he won't be first in line to get this vaccine, saying there aren't enough studies about possible long-term complications.
If somebody is very vulnerable, I can see why they would be eager for the vaccine. But for people who are low risk, I would like to see some long-term data on the vaccine.
And you won't be able to sue Pfizer or Moderna if you're damaged by the vaccine. They've been given total immunity from liability. And Weiss wonders if we'll have to be vaccinated again when the next coronavirus comes along.
People call this a once-in-a-century pandemic, but it's really not. Based on the numbers, it's a once-a-generation event. Because we've had other pandemics, but for whatever reason, society didn't decide to shut down the world over it.
The lockdowns have already sparked violent protest in Europe and Great Britain, and any attempt by governments to force citizens to get vaccinated will likely spark even more. Dale Hurd, CBN News.